guys, so welcome to my channel. Now this is our next video on relations and functions. So now we will be solving 4 marks question. In the previous video we have done 1 mark question. So these are also very simple one. So coming to the first question, so they have told you if A is equal to R leaving 3 and B is equal to R leaving 1. So consider the function f is a relation A to B defined by f of x is given for all x belonging to real numbers. Then show that f is bijective and find f inverse of x. Now what is bijective? For proving bijective, you have to prove that your function is onto and 1 function. So if these both conditions are satisfied, then your function will be called as bijective. And f inverse of x, we have also done one sum of f inverse in 1 mark question. So starting with the sum. So starting with the sum, so always start with the given. So whatever is given, I have just copied that down with the along with the function. Okay. Now our first step. So this is the most important first step. So our first step is to prove 1 function. So what is the procedure? So let x1 x2 belong to A such that f of x1 should be equal to f of x2. So for proving 1 function, your f of x1 should be equal to f of x2 as I told in my first video. So now what we're gonna do is, so this is our function. Yeah, so this is our function. So in place of x, we will put x1 minus 2 x1 minus 3 equal to that. This becomes my f of x1. Then f of x2, what it would be? It would be similarly x2 minus 2 and x2 minus 3. So now just by cross multiplying, see, I'm just cross multiplying and nothing else. I've just simply cross multiply. Now I'm just opening the brackets and multiplying with the bracket. So what it would be? It would be x1 x2 minus 3x1 minus 2x2 plus 6 is equal to x1 x2 minus 3x2 minus 2x1 plus 6. Now from both the sides just cancel whatever is common. So x1 x2 is common, again 6 is common, and nothing is common, right? Okay, so whatever is remaining, just write it over here. So minus 3x1 minus 2x2 is remaining from the left side, and minus 3x2 minus 2x2 2x1 is remaining from the right side. Now what I'm going to do is, I will take these all to LHS, or you can take it to RHS. Just make sure you put it in one side. So minus 3x1 minus 2x2, here it comes, then sign changes. So this becomes plus 3x2 and plus 2x1 equal to 0. Now observe. So now observe. Now first we're going to take these common. So what you will get is minus 3. And then minus is outside, so inside the bracket will change, and then these two terms you take in common for bringing x1 minus x2. Remember what you have to prove? X1 is equal to x2. So for that I am doing all these steps. So make these two brackets same. Okay, so once these two brackets are same, so what you're gonna get is minus x1 minus x2 equal to 0. Hence x1 minus x2 equal to 0. This implies that x2 will go to this side, and hence you get x1 is equal to x2. Thus f of x1 is equal to f of x2. that implies that x1 is equal to x2 such that x2 such a x1 x2 belongs to A. So hence this is a one-to-one function. So our first step is done. We know that the function is one-to-one. How? Because f of x1 equal to f of x2, this we have proved. Okay. Now coming to the second step, that is we have to prove for a function to be bijective, it has just followed the first condition. Now we have to prove the second condition. If it's satisfied, then only the function will be bijective. So this is onto function. So for onto function, the very first step will be let y belong to B, that is R leaving 1, be any arbitrary element. So again the same step in onto function, only this procedure you have to follow, that is let f of x is equal to y. Yeah, so what is your f of x? F of x is given in the question, that is x minus 2 upon x minus 3 equal to y. Now just simply cross multiply it. Again the same step, x minus 2, and here you will get y x minus 3. Then just open the bracket, that is x minus 2 equal to xy minus 3y. Now remember what I told you, that you have to prove somehow that for an onto function there exists an element x in x such that f of x equal to y. So I just want to find the value of x. Okay, as I took here let y is equal to. So similarly this type of question we have done in the 1 mark question also. So you have to find the value of x in it. So how I will make a little bit rearrangement. So see, x minus, I will take this xy to this side and I will take this 2 to this side. So that why I did this step, to make x common. So this will become x, if I take x common, so in the bracket there will be 1 minus y is equal to 2 minus 3y. So hence x becomes 2 minus 3y upon 1 minus y. Or you can just make these rearrangements, you can just change the sign. So yeah, x, if you take minus sign common, so here it becomes 3y minus 2, and again from the denominator if you take, so this is one and the same, so both are correct. So hence you got the value of x. So here you will write clearly, see clearly it indicates that x is equal to 3y minus 2 upon y minus 1 is a real number for all y is not equal to 1. Also 3y minus 2 upon y minus 1 will not be equal to 3. So thus for each y belongs to B, there exists x is equal to 3y minus 2 upon y minus 1 belonging to A, that is real number. Now see, also 3y minus 2 upon y minus 1 not equal to 3. So thus for each y belonging to B, there exists x is equal to whatever value you have found which belongs to A. Now your next step is, what was your f of x given? X minus 2 upon x minus 3, such that f of x, that is you find the value. Okay, now your x value is 3y minus 2 upon y minus 1. So in place of x you will put this value, and hence you will solve. See, I am solving. So you will get 3y minus 2y plus 2 upon 3y minus 2 minus 3y plus 3 equal to y. So hence f of x is an onto function and therefore f of x is a bijective function. Why bijective? Because it is satisfied onto and 1 function. So therefore f inverse of y would be 3y minus 2 upon y minus 1, or you can write f inverse of x in place of y. You have to put just x. So this will be 3x minus 2 upon x minus 1. Thank you. So starting with the sum. So this is the second type of sum. You have to prove that it is an equivalence relation. So your A is given and there is one relation given. Okay. Yeah. So equivalence means you have to prove 3 conditions, that is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So if it satisfies these conditions, then you can find the equivalence relation, that hence it is proved, and you can also find the equivalence class. So let's start. So starting with, I have just written my very first step, that is whatever is given you have to just copy that. So after that your next step will be first to prove reflexive. So what is reflexive? So let AB be any arbitrary element. I am taking any arbitrary element of A into A. That is AB belongs to class AA, where A comma B belongs to A. So now, as A plus B equal to B plus A, since addition is commutative property, yes, so therefore AB is a relation of AB, so hence R is reflexive. So this is done. Now coming to the second part, that is symmetric. So let A, B, C, D again belong to A comma A, such that A, B relation C, D. So then what will happen? Then A plus D equals to B plus C, which implies B plus C equal to A plus D, which implies again C plus B will be equal to D plus A. So which implies again that CD relation with AB. So hence R is symmetric. Hence R will be symmetric. Now to prove the third condition, that is transitive. So for transitive, what you're gonna do is let A, B, C, D, E, F. So this is the procedure you have to follow for every sum when like this questions will come. That to prove the equivalence, such that A, B relation to C, D and C, D in relation to E, comma F. So then what will happen, that A plus D equal to B plus C and C plus F will be equal to D plus E. Now on adding the above equations, what we will get is A plus D plus C plus F is equal to B plus C plus D plus E. That is A plus F equals to B plus E, which implies A comma B in relation to E comma F. So hence this becomes transitive. So it has satisfied symmetric, reflexive and also transitive. Yes, so hence it is a equivalence relation. Now they have also told you to find for class, they have also told you to find equivalence class of 2 comma 5, right? So this will be CD, that is, so I'm just taking an arbitrary element such that 2 plus D equals to 5 plus C, or D minus C will be equal to 3. So hence clearly, okay, clearly 2 comma 5 in relation to 1 comma 4 as 4 minus 1 equal to 3. Then 2 comma 5, so these will be the classes as 5 minus 2 equal to 3. Then again 2 comma 5 in relation to 3 comma 6 as 6 minus 3 equal to 3. So hence like this you will get 4 comma 7 as 7 minus 4 equal to 3. Then 5 comma 8 as 8 minus 5 equal to 3. Then 6 comma 9 as 9 minus 6 equal to 3. So hence your equivalence classes will be for 2 comma 5 are 1 4, 2 5, 3 6, 4 7, 5 8 and 6 9. So this is the sum in entire one go. So this is our entire sum. So for 4 marks question we have covered one equivalence question and bijective question and also how to find the inverse. So in 4 marks question these are very important questions and very scoring too. Thank you.